Well, hello. Today's the 1964 Goldfinger, the third in the James Bond franchise. James Bond is given an assignment to investigate Auric Goldfinger for smuggling gold out of Britain. He meets him at a golf club and manages to trick him into losing the match. He tracks him to his factory in Switzerland and discovers his gold smuggling operation. A woman tries to assassinate Goldfinger for murdering her sister and gets Bond captured. He is strapped to a table to be cut in two by a laser. Bond's quick thinking gets him a reprieve when he mentions an operation he overheard. He is taken to Kentucky where he learns Goldfinger's plan to rob Fort Knox. Goldfinger then has the mobsters that helped him smuggle items into the country killed. Bond then learns the reason behind the robbery. He plans to detonate a nuclear bomb to contaminate the gold supply and thus increase his own gold's value. The plan goes off without a hitch as the fort is gassed. Only Bond was able to warn the CIA and a gunfight ensues. Bond must battle the henchman Oddjob and disarm the nuclear bomb. He has a final confrontation with Goldfinger in an airplane. So this is the third movie in the James Bond franchise, starring Sean Connery. And like the first two movies were big successes, so this one got a bit of a boost in its budget, 3 million, but it made back 125 million worldwide, and that was just massive. I mean, 125 million in 1964 is a lot of money, and I guess it was just so popular that theater in New York had to stay open 24 hours because there was just such a high demand for it. And it was based on a book by Ian Fleming, and I think they actually improved on the book a bit because apparently Fleming book had Goldfinger actually trying to empty Fort Knox of all the gold, but screenwriter that's been was a kind of a criticism of the book because it's not really realistic to take all the gold, and even kind of in the movie talk about that. But he came up with the plan, they would detonate a nuclear bomb in it, and, contaminate it, which made a lot more sense. And of course, the Chinese were involved, and I think 1964 was the year they actually acquired a nuclear bomb. So that was probably pretty heavy in the news too. So, and it would make sense too that they would want to do that to cause economic chaos in the West. And this is a movie that apparently won the first Bond to win an Oscar for best sound editing. And it really established its the basic what you would expect from a Bond movie. There'd be the opening credit sequence, pre-credit sequence, which didn't really have anything to do with the movie at all, but it was just fun action. There's a lot of gadgets and that in it, like the Aston Martin. That was a really cool car with its machine guns and the little spinning stuff from the tires and oil slicks and smoke. I really love that. And also there was a lot of multiple foreign locations. Give it a lot of exotic feel. So there was in Switzerland, Britain, and United States for this one. And I think it's basically my favorite James Bond movie, without a doubt. I just think this is the best of the Bond movies. I think it's really my favorite. I think it's a great movie. I can't recommend it enough. And if you stuck with me this long, I thank you. You're a unique individual.